Hey guys, welcome back to Beccas by the Bay. Welcome to our Bawktoberfest Tour 2019. This was part of Grow Local South Texas, and it is a nonprofit organization down here in Corpus Christi, Texas, that does this every single year. We were on the tour 2 years ago after being here for a year, and they asked us last minute to be on the tour to help out. And we said, sure, we'd love to help out. So we've been busy here getting the yard in the back cleaned up and organized a little bit better. And I'm going to take you guys on a haul. And this is our little porch stand, front porch stand. Here, our front house. I got my computer, so hopefully this will stream okay. Here's our little bench. And come down the stairs. Hopefully show you guys what's going on. So I just have some different plants here. Snake plant, mother-in-law, forgiveness plant, and then we've got some different mums. Of course, nothing is blossoming hut. We've got snapdragons and our little fairy garden. Over here, we've got our herb garden in the front with our walkway. So we've got lavender, chocolate mint, oregano, Greek oregano, rosemary. It's going, but we have some chives. You can see, got some chives there, some thyme, hibiscus, garden basil, and I think that's copus. And here is one of our rain catchments in the front. So I forget how many gallons that holds, but it's just a small little gutter, and it helps me with watering the front. And we've got some portulaca here on top. There's a little flower. That's all edible. And I'm terrible at holding this. Sorry. So we've got our plumeria. I think it's supposed to be a white one. And then that was something that we got for free. The pot, it's cement and pebbles. I'm not even sure how we got it home. It's so heavy. So in here we have some different volunteer tomato plants. We don't know what it is. They popped up and we're just going to see what happens with them. So there's that. This is part of the front of our house here. And this is our succulent garden. So this is our aloe that we grow here that we put in the Bath and Body products. And we've got, the cat keeps jumping in here, but we do have a Christmas cactus still alive, and hopefully it makes it, otherwise I have to buy another one. This is, my friends told me these are asters, aster flowers down here, lemon balm, and then this is Lucky Star lavender, really pretty. And we have another Lucky Star violet, and dianthus does really well down here in South Texas, and that is the strawberry one. Some more mother-in-law plant. Hopefully I don't lose the connection. Bring you back here. Sorry there's no blooms on our back flower bed here, but this is a Double Delight rose bush where it's a white flower that makes a strawberry ring around the outside, really pretty. And then we have our Rose of Sharon, which is a purple hibiscus, really pretty. Bleeding hearts, so it's red and white and they look like little hearts. It's really pretty. I'll get some nasturtiums started down here and other flower seeds. I think those might be onions from last season that somehow didn't make it, and they're starting to pop up now. And then that's our pineapple in the back corner here that we started to make a pineapple sometime this year. And if you see the view of our front of our yard, can't see too good. This is, the sunlight is in my eyes. This is a red ruby grapefruit tree. I started that from seed. It's probably about a year old. And we've got our Meyer lemon tree. It's got probably 20 or so lemons, and this is the third year we've had it, so it's looking really good. Hopefully And then this is our pomegranate. So we had 30 on here this year, and the squirrels came in 2 days and took all of them but 3. And they were really big golf ball, but baseball size. And so this is how they start off, with this beautiful little flower. And then it makes a bulb. And this is the pomegranate wonderful. So it's self-pollinating, and then that will make a beautiful little pomegranate. Here's our key lime. I got this, I think, a year ago, and it's getting really big. There's no blossoms on it right now. I forget when it's supposed to bloom. I think after fall, probably spring. And then this is our Joey avocado. It's supposed to get to be about 10 feet tall. We had tons of blossoms on it, and the wind knocked all the blossoms off. So I'm hoping it'll be stronger next year, and we'll have more avocados. It's about a medium-sized avocado. It does really well here. It tolerates the cold and the heat really well for South Texas. You don't have to do anything special really to it except water and fertilize. Let's see. That's pretty much it for the front. It's a small front yard, but it's very manageable. And we're going towards the back. So here's a couple of signs I made for our tour stop. Well, they had these people stop and they sanitized with a bleach water tray, so we didn't bring any contaminants from Coop to Coop when they came around on the tour. And then we've got pool chicks only at Stalag 13. Welcome to Waylon and Becca's backyard veggie patch. So if you're a cool chick, come on back with me, and you get to go on the tour. We have here a very tiny rain gutter that came with the house, but we have a double barrel system where it falls into this one, and then it just will fill up both of them and equalize, and then I use that for watering. Here's my potting bench with a whole bunch of brown turkey fig cuttings that I did. And over here is our 30-foot ice cream banana trees. And can you see the blossoms? Let's see, I'm looking at it backwards, so I'm trying to see if I can, hopefully, up there. So there's our bananas. There's a bunch that bloomed late, but we'll still get some. So excited about those. They taste like a berry. They're very creamy, and they have a hint of vanilla. So down here we have some cucumbers. They're going to trellis up on here. And here's our moringa tree. I cut it back, and it already has bloomed this beautiful foliage again. Looks really good. So, and then try and bring you guys through the forest of banana trees. All right, we've got back here. Hopefully you can see it. I'm trying to see it because I'm looking at it. And here's one of our water storage tanks. This is 300 gallons. Banana trees in the way. It has overflow here. And we've got hookups down here that pipe out to our other water storage tanks on the other side that I'll show you. But we also have the drip line that goes down here and waters our banana trees. And underneath the canopy here are our baby chickies. So hopefully y'all can see them. Hey, mommies! So we got Little Miss, Cream Puff, Buff Orpington, and we have some brown Sussex, speckled Sussex, and that is Scarlet, O'Hara, and Heidi. Hey, girls! And then we have Jersey Girl. She's our black jet giant Jersey. She'll lay big eggs, white eggs. And then we have the blue Andalusian girls. So we have the Skipper. Hey, Miss Skipper! And then we have Chili Willy. So they will look like penguins and lay medium to large white eggs. These are all very friendly chickens. They've got their feed in there and their water, and they've been doing good in this little outdoor brooder box, which is a raised garden bed. We're big on upcycling. So this is, I think, from a water tote from an RV. And then this was somebody else's coop door, and we just cut it to fit. And this was a raised garden bed that we scooped all the dirt out of to put these girls in here temporarily. So, coming over here, I forget what that is. If somebody knows, comment below and let me know. We got it from a garden plant group here. And then we've got portulaca, and then another little rose bush. Just a mini rose bush. Looked prettier the other day. And then this is our Little Miss Figgy tree. I cut it back and it's got all kinds of foliage on it. Open it up. Now it's caged because we have tons of birds here. It is like a bird sanctuary. But I have cut this all back and it makes these beautiful purple figs that are super sweet and juicy. And the minute they're ripe, the birds come and take one bite out of it. And it's just too good to let them eat like that. So we've caged it. And then this was part of our potager from last year. We moved it here when our orange tree had died. So it's just, there's nothing holding this together. They're just stacked cinder blocks with the toppers. Here's some moringa tree cuttings I took. And then this here is molasses totes that we got for free from somebody. And it's the dig water system where you get the tubing and all the fittings at like Lowe's and Home Depot. And so that is a low pressure rain catchment. So it'll catch water off the roof there. And then I can turn it on or off and water this whole bed. So that's our Swiss chard. I started some seedlings in here and the birds have eaten at a lot of them, but these are supposed to be collards and I'm going to get some more seedlings started and then transplant them out to our larger garden area. And then here's more fig tree cuttings from our Little Miss Figgy. So I got those started there. All the molasses totes back here are all rain catchment that just falls off of our roof, and we put the covers on and use them up. I water stuff by hand. I started some seeds in here, but I think the birds got to them. We've got aloe. There's another volunteer tomato plant, so I have no idea what kind it is. There's no flowers on my hibiscus, but this I think is the red one. And we've got citronella, which helps with mosquitoes and flies. There's a yellow. There was a flower on here yesterday. It's a yellow hibiscus. More citronella. And then this, I probably have watered it too much, is a moonflower cactus. So this will bloom a white, I'm not sure what this is. If you know what this is, comment below and let me know. I forgot what this is. This is the moon cactus here and a moonflower. And so it will make a beautiful flower, big white flower. Some of them are purple on different ones, but it'll bloom at like midnight and stay open till about 8 or 10 in the morning. And so someone gifted that to me. That is so beautiful. I'm going to try not to water it too much. And here's another rain catchment idea. Oh gosh, it's hot out here. That we got. Our neighbor is a plumber. So when he changed out somebody's jacuzzi tub, or it's just a big tub, it's not actually, doesn't have the jacuzzi tub, but it's a big tub and I guess it had a small leak. So we fixed that and we put window screening, and I forget what else Waylon used, but we framed it on top. We added our rocks and pebbles and molasses covers and our other plants. And basically, I take our rainwater from the molasses tubs back here and I just pour it right in the tub, however much I want or need. And then we have fittings down here that Waylon did. And then we hook up a water hose to it and turn it on. And then I go to the front and I water the fruit trees with the hose that way instead of hauling water from the back to the front. This has been a huge time saver and labor, saves a lot on the labor of hauling water. And then this is trying to perk up. It's some dandelion greens. This is survivor spinach. It's a little bit thicker, edible. I need to start more seeds, but there's some moneymaker tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and black seaman tomatoes, and something's been nibbling on it. And there's our basil, looking pretty good. Our little dancing frogs. Frozen onions bed with some peppers. And I had started more seed in here, but trust me, the birds have gotten to it all. And I gotta pick some different greens. Purslane popped up. I transplanted some stuff the other day, and it's just, I might just have to start new seed. I think that's some kind of cucumber in there. But there was supposed to be Premier Kale and collards and Swiss chard that was supposed to be all in these beds. And my lavender's coming back. This is that, what is that? Spanish lavender. It smells really, really good. I started seed in here. It was kohlrabi, but the birds got to it all, and I need to start more. There's some portulaca and purslane. So these are edible. This is purslane. This is all edible. So you can put this in a salad, eat the flowers, eat the greens. You can feed it to your chickens. The chickens actually really love it, and that's why mine's cut back so much, as the chickens have been snacking away at this. I had started more seeds, and then this was a zinnia plant that has just gone crazy, and I just thought it was so much fun. It was one flower plant, and it just made all these crazy flowers. So this was cycled as well. This was somebody's little pond area, and we just brought it here and put raised pots in it. And we're trying to start our potager again over here. We haven't finished. So here's one of our rain catchments here. Can't see if there's any comments. If there's comments, I'll comment afterwards. But here's one of our rain catchments. We did black this out. It takes about 2 cans of paint, I think, to black it out so there's no algae growing. And then Waylon has all the fittings and stuff. Here's one of our swings. I'll bring you around this way. There's our fire pit that he took a top from somebody else's barbecue pit, and so we actually barbecue in our fire pit out here a lot, and it looks like a monster dungeon kind of ancient thing that you'd see at a castle, but we love it. So here's our view from our little swing. This is our backyard. We're still organizing things a little bit, but that's my compost station. So, you know, you're going to stick your brush plants, your grass scraps, your soil, and just whatever you got going over here. It's not in the sunniest location, and if I were to do something different, I would not do that. We have a small property, so I would not do this again. It composts really, really slowly because it's in a shaded area, and we're not watering, we're not turning it, we're just going to let it do its thing, and it just takes forever. So I would choose not to do that, and I'll show you what we do instead. But this is another water barrel he cut in half, and we drilled holes in it to make planters. So really great idea for planters. And this was a swing set. Well, not so much a swing set, but you know, like the swing that I just showed you, somebody else's swing. We've upcycled it by painting it. You can hang some planters from here, but I find I'm watering them a lot. So, oh, he moved my bells. So we've got our more purslane. It does really good here. Some Elysium. And these, I thought they were going to start to blossom today. Here's one. It's my purple mums. These are my chrysanthemums. They're doing really, really good. They look awesome here. So I can't wait for all the purple blossoms to start opening up. And here's more purslane. I forget what this is. And we've got another hibiscus. So whatever hibiscuses I'm growing, I usually collect them and use them for different things. You can make teas and other beauty products and stuff with them. Another water tower that somebody had that had too many holes in it that we couldn't fix. So we just cut it, made 2 raised beds out of it. And so this is my dandelion patch. And I've got someone gifted us with some dragon fruit. So here's a couple of dragon fruit cuttings that I gotta find other pots, bigger pots to put them in. Some more mother-in-law, snake plant, sneaky snackoo is what I call it. More citronella. This is a pepper plant that's looking super sad. And I forget what kind it is because the tag my friend gave me got washed off. I feel really bad that I don't know what kind of pepper plant it is. Several people were asking me and I have no idea. And then here is our strawberry patch. We had more that we transplanted to another sunnier location, but it just got beat on by the sun so bad they all died over in the other location. They do better over here with some filtered sunlight, kind of more like, I guess maybe about 8 hours of sunlight. They've been doing better over here. We usually have a screen over it to keep the birds out, but we're using it for something else right now. And they do really, really well. We've tried strawberries, y'all. We have tried so many strawberries, and they all died on us before. So what we've done different is we've gotten that really sandy, just really crappy dirt that you get that's just full of sand, and they love it. They thrive in it. They need something with really quick drainage, and so they've been doing fabulous. And these have been making all new runners, and we'll have lots of little strawberries. I know Waylon's inside, but maybe I can show a good view of, here is our other 3 storage tanks of water. And it is a rain gutter that goes along our garage. It goes into one tote right here. And we have some screening to filter. And then it comes down there, and he's got the pipe fittings. And it's connected to this one. And it's connected to this one. And then he did another fitting on the end here so that I can fill up and water by hand. And he also has a filter down here. And we've used one of the koozies to keep the algae out, to darken it out. And then this is, and maybe I can get the link and put it down below. It's a Toro low pressure timer. And we're using the dig irrigation system where we get the tubing, and he's got the tubing hooked up. And then we have our drip lines running down our market garden. So we can turn them on and off at each section. And we've got loofah and cucumbers here. I gotta plant more. Birds eat a bunch. We've got purple cabbage and broccoli. And this was our way of keeping the birds out. These are molasses tub covers, and we cut it in half on the end. And then these are cattle panels that he cut and we rounded. And then I believe that's garden fencing or chicken fencing, where it's the plastic netting. And it's like 12 something a roll at Home Depot and Lowe's. And we've zip tied it down. And that's how we are allowing the plants to grow up enough so that the birds are not pulling them out. And so we've got 2 drip lines here, 1 there, 2 here, 2 more here. So we haven't fully gotten planted for fall yet because it's just been very hot. Here's one of our brown turkey fig trees. I cut it back. You can cut your tree to whatever size you want it. It's gonna, the more you cut it back each fall, it's going to produce more and more fruit for you and just grow really well for you. Here's some farm art. I think it's like a sign or something Waylon got, you know, like those big heavy vinyl signs, and we cut it down and he framed it and put the barn paint. And this is our ice cream banana patch where it all started. So we started with 1 ice cream banana tree, and what you want to do is keep 3 to 4 pups around the base, because once this makes an alien Audrey 2 pod, is what I call it, the little purple pod, it'll every day one of the leaves peels off of the pod, and so it reveals these little fingers of bananas, and you can eat them and steam them or let them develop into bananas. And then it takes about 18 months to get them, and it takes about another 5 to 6 months for them to ripen up, and then you cut them off and bring them inside, and they ripen within about a week or so, and they're really tasty. And so we dig up the pups and then we sell them here. So anything extra would take away from the energy of it making fruit. So you don't want to let it keep making all kinds of, just keep 3 or 4 around the base. And mulch. So this was one that, these are some of the banana trees that developed, and we already harvested the fruit. We harvested over 100 pounds this year, and we got probably another, I think, 50 pounds hanging up on the other trees that we still have to harvest. So then this all just will turn to paper. It's mostly water. So it'll turn to paper and mulch down and help keep this moist so we don't have to water it as often. So here is our other babies. Now we're going to try to make the baby chickens come into this area and get used to the other chickens. So this is actually a used dishwasher. This was our dishwasher, and it kaput. It's been out here and we haven't taken it to the dump yet. And so Waylon cut a hole out of it. And then there's a pan from somebody else's chicken coop. And then we put shavings, and then we've got a waterproof outdoor carpet on top because there was a few holes as a dishwasher, I think for screws and things like that. So to keep rain out of it, and then we put pine shavings in there. So we're going to put the little chicks in here when they're ready, and then we're going to section this off so they can get used to each other. But we've got the galvanized waters. These help keep your water cooler, especially in Texas. It gets very hot, and the chickens will not drink the hot water. If the water is too hot, they will die from dehydration. They won't drink it. So you need to make sure that they always have a fresh supply of cool water and clean water. So these stay a lot cleaner because they're double walled, and stuff's not getting in it. There's no algae growing and things like that, and they're a lot easier to keep clean. And it is a little bit more of an investment versus the plastic ones, but I feel like it was a better investment. So here is our shade cloth. We got this off of Amazon. I think it was about $30. It blocks 90% of the sunlight, so this helps provide them with a lot of shade. There's a lot of sun back here, and so we put this over their whole coop, and we've caged this whole area so that they're protected at night. And our coop in here is a carport. I don't think I've done a video on this. It's a carport that my husband got from somebody. He cut down, and we cut it to size, and we got some plywood and made a roof, and we got some flashing. And then these doors were from, I think, somebody's bureau or bed set. And so we bought some hardware. So both of these doors will open up. The inside of the coop is plywood, and we water sealed it with Thompson's water seal. And then what I do is I take the postal boxes that you can get, the medium or large, for free, and I open them up and I put them on the bottom of the floor. And I'll put either leaves or grass clippings or pine shavings in there, and I'll sprinkle diatomaceous earth on top. And then they've got nesting boxes in there, and they've got a perch, which is a wooden, I'm not sure, it's a wooden dowel, I think is what we have. And we have, what is that? The bookshelf things. There's like something that they look like the bookshelf metal things to hang it on. Like if you're going to hang up an outdoor wooden dowel, like clothesline. So that's what I'll have to show you. That's what it looks like inside. And then the back doors on the back open up. They both open up right now. We're trying to cage this off, but they both open up, so it makes it really super easy to clean out. There's Kia. Hey, baby. That's our Bull Terrier German Shepherd. She's so cute. And this is Stalag 13. We have Miss Henny Penny, Santa Maria, Woodstock, and Polly. And they're Americanas. They lay all blue eggs. Polly is a Splash Wyandotte Polish mix, we think. But she still lays light blue eggs. We don't know why, but she does. So some of the things that I posted, I think, for the tour was we have a chicken chores chart, fresh water, laying mash, scratch, grit. They also get fresh greens from our garden. You can also go to local produce stores and ask them for free produce scraps, because like they're always throwing produce out, and you tell them it's for your chickens because they won't give it to you for human consumption. So, but they'll give it to you for pets and chickens, and you'll get a big bag for free and take it home and you can feed it to your chickens and they'll love it. So that's a great way to treat them. It's really, really cheap and free. Weekly, monthly. Now, I was originally raking this whole section out and then putting it in our compost bin over there. That was a lot of work. And we switched to, sit down. We switched to a deep litter method. So Waylon does lawn services. So we put grass clippings and we put oak leaves back here. As long as there's nothing, if there's no plants that are dangerous or poisonous to them, we'll put scraps, scrap. We won't put anything that's, bad for them back here. So we'll put all kinds of clippings and stuff like that. And then as the rain and the sun and they poop on it and they stir it around every day, this area composts very, very fast for us. And after 3 years, this was the first year we scraped back all the top layers. We scooped out the compost underneath and we tilled it into our garden. And so I didn't want to do it right away. Wanted to wait for things to be composted really, really good. And the sun bakes back here really like all day long while we have the sunshade. But it's made fabulous compost for our pots and our garden, and things just greened up super fast. So I really like the deep litter method. There's no smell or odor. The chickens are always in dry. We don't have any kind of drainage problems where their feet are in water or anything like that, and they're not walking around their own poop. I don't want anything like that. That can cause you all kinds of problems for your chickens, and you don't want to have health problems for your chickens. You want healthy, happy chickens, and it's really easy to take care of them. So, let me come back here. Woo! They're around the corner. They're having a good time. I don't even want to be on TV today. No farm TV. So here we are in the coop. That was a little rooster from Hobby Lobby. And then here's our hardware down here. As you can see, all I have is fake eggs. They molted recently, so I'm not getting any eggs. And then, I don't know if you can see. Here's my cardboard. And there's our roost. Now, they'll sleep on top of the house, too. Their whole area is fully enclosed, so they'll sleep on top. They'll sleep down here. And there's their little Snoopy door. And there's the nesting boxes. I need to clean that better, but anyway, I didn't have time. So that's it. Here's their Snoopy box. There's ventilation. Make sure you have ventilation for them so it doesn't get too hot. They're just having a good time back there. They don't want to be. They've seen everybody yesterday, so they don't want to be seen today. That's funny. So, hopefully I didn't shake too much. And that's pretty much it. That is the tour. Just a tour of our backyard. So our yard is 8,000 square feet, and our house is 1,000 square feet of that. And then we have a large double garage. So I'm not exactly sure how much square footage we have of growing space. And we have several large trees. There's 3 large trees back here that the house came with. And if I could, I'd cut down at least 2 of them. That would give us a little bit more sunlight. So we work with what we have. And then here's our view of our banana trees. Look at how much taller they are than our garage. That just blows my mind. And then right here is, I forget what kind of tree. It's some kind of rain tree. And it makes a yellow pod blossom. And then it turns pink. And then they all drop. And it has little seeds in it. And then the little seeds grow more rain trees. And it's beautiful. We have several of them here in Corpus. And then they have some purple butterfly trees. Just kind of show you our view. There's our clothesline. And So all y'all that don't get to come out to our little urban farm here, here's just a short little tour. Some birds. We have lots of birds. We get seagulls. We're only a mile from the ocean, so we get lots of seagulls that fly over. Lots of little finches and doves, and I'm not quite sure all the birds. There's some grackles, black grackles. It's very peaceful. It's very beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed a tour of our gardens and our chickens. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. If you're looking for anything that we make here, you can always message me at Beccas By The Bay on Facebook. And I'm on Etsy at Beccas By The Bay with all of our goat milk, natural mermaid beauty bath bombs and lotions and scrubs and soaps. You can find me there. We ship the next day. And we've got some specials coming up for lots of cool things. So got some rain clouds looking like they might come in. We could use some rain. Pretty much it, y'all. Thanks so much for visiting us this Sunday. There's another bird. Got a woodpecker in the front. He's so cute. He's funny. This is our meditation spot. We'll see y'all next time in the next video. Have a beautiful week. Stay positive, stay active, and get out there and grow something. See you next time. So hot out here.